I had a stroke about 2.5 years ago, and I'm just, this residency is in a way some of the process of me getting back to my former life that I left behind me. I've been mainly dealing with my recovery for the last 2.5 years, and being in rehab centers and physiotherapy and learning to walk again. The work grew out of a series of brain scans. They're not photographic images, but they're electronic images that require special software to be able to read them. So as I learned how to find anomalies in my brain as a result of my stroke, I became more fascinated with basically the idea, which is the title of my piece, which is like a hole in the head, which is what I was looking for in my own brain. I became quite fascinated with the artistic possibilities. I felt that this was had a lot of potential as a tool to make very compelling imagery. I did have a general feeling that I wanted to somehow incorporate the mill across the street. It turns out that there was a fairly high-powered projector available for me to use for this project, and after we did a number of tests at night, realized that we could project quite an interesting image that covered the whole tower of the mill, which made it for quite a dramatic screen. I quickly decided that that was what one element of what I want to do is create an animation that would be projected on the tower, which was visible from quite a distance and all the way down the street. And I do like the idea of being outside of the gallery. The other aspect was I wanted something that was sort of human scale, so that it would be relatable by in a more intimate level. After watching a presentation by a fellow resident artist, Emily Cook, who's a paper maker and works a lot with her own paper, I saw that some of the paper that she had made was skin-like and translucent, and I immediately thought this would be a great material for a back projection. Somehow the idea came up that I would make a mold of my head and use that paper. So I talked to Emily about it, and she said, oh, that was very doable. And so we went ahead and made a mold of half my head, and actually I shaved my head for that mold, which is like this. So anyways, ended up making a paper mask in the shape of half my head and projecting the imagery behind it. Once I learned how to read these images and find lesion or hole in my head and identify it fairly accurately, the software itself can reprocess that and turn it into a three-dimensional model. I came across a paper that somebody had written fairly recently. A bone specialist needed to make a physical model of in order to examine it and determine a course of action for an operation. In my case, rather than trying to identify and model a physical part of your body, or like a bone. I was trying to model a negative space, which was an emptiness. Ended up with a 3D plastic model of the hole in my head that is also part of this play, to give one a sense of the scale of it, of what's missing from my brain. And also, just for me, it sort of helped to kind of reveal a bit an aspect of my new physiology that was kind of mysterious.